Hello, you're watching Afghan News with Mohsen Jamal. NATO is congratulating General David Petraeus on his nomination as CIA head, saying its forces in Afghanistan will continue implementing his strategy of handing control to local security forces. Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen said Friday the 150,000-strong NATO force has seen many successes under his command. Petraeus assumed command in Kabul in June after President Barack Obama fired General Stanley McChrystal. Earlier on Thursday, the U.S. President Barack Obama nominated CIA boss Leon Panetta as Defense Secretary, veteran diplomat Ryan Crocker as ambassador to Kabul, chose Lieutenant General John Allen as the new Afghan, the mastermind of U.S. strategy in Iraq and current NATO commander in Afghanistan, to lead covert intelligence operations as new director of the CIA. The United States Special Representative for Afghanistan and Pakistan, Mark Grossman, has started his trip to New Delhi, Kabul, Islamabad and Riyadh. The Special Representative will participate in a number of routine consultations with his counterparts in the region. A press release issued by the Foreign Ministry on Friday said, in Kabul and Islamabad, Ambassador Grossman will meet with senior government officials, parliamentarians and representatives from civil society and local media. In all of his meetings in the region, Ambassador Grossman will emphasize the U.S. commitment to long-term enduring partnerships with both Afghanistan and Pakistan, and reaffirmed Secretary Clinton's message in her February 18th speech to the Asia Society, the press release added. NATO says 3 service members have been killed in separate incidents in Afghanistan, where insurgents are stepping up their targeted attacks on coalition troops and others aligned with the government. The coalition said Friday that 2 died when a bomb exploded in the south and a third was killed by insurgents in the east. The 3 deaths, which occurred on Thursday, raises to 48 the number of foreign troops killed so far this month, compared with 33 in April 2010. Barack Obama, the U.S. President, is due to visit the southern U.S. state of Alabama to receive a first-hand account of the trail of destruction left by tornadoes which killed nearly 300 people. The White House said that Obama will be there on Friday. Earlier, Obama received an update on the disaster from Janet Bulletin, the Homeland Secretary-Chief, and other officials as people in 7 affected states come to terms with sense of utter devastation. Becoming the deadliest storms in the U.S. since Hurricane Katrina in 2005, the violent weather left thousands of people homeless and millions more with power outages. Obama declared a state of emergency in Alabama, the hardest hit state. He also vowed to mobilize the federal government's resources to help the storm-ravaged region. The president's action makes federal funding available to affected individuals in the counties of Cullman, DeKalb, Franklin, Jefferson, Lawrence, Marshall, Tuscaloosa, and Walker counties. Muammar Gaddafi's forces have seized a strategically important Libyan border crossing with Tunisia and are attacking rebels in Daheba, a Tunisian border town with small arms and artillery, witnesses said. According to reports from the Tunisian side of the border area, Gaddafi forces were clashing with Tunisian troops in Daheba. Intense shooting was taking place in central Daheba on Friday as Libyan leaders' forces began targeting rebels positioned in the town, local residents said. Latest reports say shells are hitting the Tunisian side of the border, raising a strong condemnation from the Tunisian government for the violence spilling into its territory. Separately on Friday, at least 12 people were killed in Misrata when pro-Gaddafi forces shelled their homes amid rage against rebels for control of the city's airport, a local doctor said, adding that the casualties included 2 women. Syrian government has mobilized army units across the capital and other cities ahead of planned demonstrations against President Bashar al-Assad's regime as the government crackdown on opposition intensifies. Activists have called for protests following Friday prayers to commemorate the killings of over 100 protesters last Friday. The call for mass demonstrations was made in a statement on the Facebook page of Syrian Revolution 2011. A model of the protests and demonstrators inspired by uprisings elsewhere in the Arab world are seeking greater freedoms. Significantly, Friday's demonstrations have the backing of the outlawed Islamist group, the Muslim Brotherhood, which was crushed by the regime in 1982, which for the first time has called directly for protests in Syria since pro-democracy demonstrations against Assad. The looming showdown comes as the UN Human Rights Council prepared for a special session on Syria in Geneva, and the European Union was meeting in Brussels to consider a wide range of sanctions against the Arab state. Yemeni opposition has warned the government that violence against pro-democracy protesters could derail a deal aimed at ending the political standoff. An opposition bloc on Thursday accused embattled President Ali Abdullah Saleh's regime of massacring peaceful protesters in a bid to derail a Gulf-led transition plan. Plainclothes gunmen killed 12 people and wounded dozens more in Yemen's capital on Wednesday when they opened fire on anti-government marchers just days before a Gulf-mediated deal to end the crisis was due to be sealed. Meanwhile, rival rallies were planned for Friday in Sana'a, the capital. The government planned a Friday of constitutional legitimacy, while the opposition planned a Friday of honoring martyrs. A deal to end the crisis by easing Saleh out within a month was expected to be signed on Sunday in Saudi capital Riyadh, 3 months after Yemenis took to the streets inspired by revolts that toppled autocratic rulers in Egypt and Tunisia. In a related incident on Friday, the Yemeni president has fired the country's attorney general. And the last but not the least, an explosion in a Bazi cafe in the Moroccan city of Marrakesh has killed at least 11 foreigners and 5 Moroccans and wounded 21 others, according to Tayyip Cherkaoui, Morocco's interior minister. The blast on Thursday just before noon in the iconic Jamal Fanai Square, a cultural heritage site that draws 1 million tourists a year, was Morocco's deadliest attack in 8 years. Medical sources said 8 of those who died in the blast were French, while a Dutch defense ministry official said on Friday that a Dutch man died and 2 other nationals were seriously wounded in the attack. Moroccan officials said on Thursday that they suspect the attack was the work of a suicide bomber. Meanwhile, Nicolas Sarkozy, the French president, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and Germany condemned the blast as being cruel and cowardly. And that's all for now. Thanks for joining us.